Welcome to the Injection Connection, in-depth discussions with thought leaders and professionals in the polyurethane infrastructure repair industry, hosted by Jim Spiegel, Vice President of Alchemy Speed Tech and board member at the International Concrete Repair Institute.
What do you think holds you up the most?
I would say binding slabs are the hardest thing that we deal with. But sometimes we've done a couple jobs here recently where the bind was good and it allowed something to come up together like we needed it to, versus break that crack that was binding apart and lift one side versus the other side. So binding slabs is the hardest thing to figure out and make work for you, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
So
definitely.
So when you have binding, something binding, when do you make the decision to cut into it?
Well, lately we've been kind of making that decision. You can kind of look at it and say, okay, instead of it, there's a possibility of it binding or something like that, we'll go ahead and take care of it. I mean, those saw blades we were talking about earlier in the podcast are amazing that we picked up. So we're not as scared to pull it out and saw through what we got to saw through.
What's that, Matt?
They cut like butter.
Yeah.
That was an actual company that we met out there at the at World of Concrete. We bought 3 blades from the guy. Well, actually, he sent us one first. We tried it, and we're like, yep, need more of these. And I don't think we've used any of the ones we just bought. I think we're still on the first one.
We are. I mean, they're really good blades.
You want to give them a plug? What kind of blade is it?
What is that? Diamond?
We'll come back to that. We'll look for it. Matt's going to look for it. But, so when we've got to figure out where we're going to cut into, let's grab the saw and cut it out.
Diamond Blade Warehouse.
So
That's what we do at our Diamond Blade Warehouse.
There you go.
Super blade from the Diamond Blade Warehouse. And that,
yeah,
of all the blades you've used, you think that's one of the better ones?
Yeah. I mean, it really does. Whether it's a cured concrete, old stuff where, house has been there for 40 years, or whether it's stuff that's 2 years old.